following program is provided in part by Wayside Racket and Swim Club.
Woke up, fell out of bed, dragged a comb across my head. Found my way downstairs and drank a cup. And looking up, I noticed I was late. Found my coat and grabbed my hat. Made the bus in seconds flat. Found my way upstairs and had a smoke. And somebody spoke.
Hello and welcome to A Day in the Life. My name is Alyssa Gugliotti, and for this episode, we're actually going to be following Goldilocks Productions as they participate in Providence's 48-hour film project. What is the 48-hour film project? Good question. The best way to sum it up is that 55 teams from all over the country came here to Providence, Rhode Island to participate in this fun but stressful contest. Rhode Island Film Collaborative Treasurer, Mike Ryan.
And it's designed to help galvanize the independent filmmaking community.
Representatives from each film crew show up at the Hilton Garden Inn and draw their genre from a hat. They now have 48 hours to completely script, cast, shoot, and edit their film project.
And all the teams will be assigned a prop, a line of dialogue, and a character name with a description of the character. And they'll have to use those elements and fit that genre for their short film.
We hooked up with Kristen Lucas and her team from Goldilocks Productions. Just like all the other teams, they are setting up camp around the city of Providence. Goldilocks is setting up shop at the Brooklyn Coffee and Tea House. As sleeping arrangements are made and food supplies are gathered, Kristen tries to predict, the old-fashioned way, what genre her team could possibly get.
Are we gonna get road movie? Last time. Don't do that again. I can't read the answer. It's not coming. Start over. Cannot predict now.
Besides reading the Magic 8-Ball results, Amy Devlin works as co-producer for Goldilocks. Even though it's her first year with them for the 48 Hours film project, she knows that Kristen is hoping not to get road movie, a genre they have pulled the last 2 years.
Be affirmative. Take control. That's why I'm the team leader.
Kristen, Amy, and Carrie Felix Green are now headed to the hotel where they, along with all the other teams, will draw their genre for the 48-hour shoot. Goldilocks team members are all over the city waiting for the genre call. It's now hurry up and wait time. Nobody can write a line or schedule an actor until the Rhode Island Film Collaborative says go.
I'm hoping that we get a good genre. I do not want musical or western.
No western musicals.
I don't want
sci-fi.
fiction.
I don't want sci-fi.
Although we could do science fiction comedy, but you know, there are some genres that our team is very good at. A lot of our writers have a comedy background, so comedy would be great. Holiday would be good. Anything that we could turn into a comedy would be good.
Whatever they do get, Goldilocks has a large number of crew waiting for them. That's because Kristen likes to help out college students and others that are trying to get their foot in the door. The nervous mood in the car was very obvious, but we couldn't figure out if it was the 48 hours ahead of them or whether they were worrying about actually making it to the hotel.
I'm not sure if the nauseous feeling that I have right now is Kristen's driving or if I'm nervous about what we're going to pick.
Despite Carrie's concerns, Goldilocks made it to the Hilton Garden Inn. Now they need to sign in and wait for the event to kick off, and maybe do a little schmoozing with the local media. Kristen has decided to have Amy do the deed of picking the genre in hopes that she will break a string of road movie selections.
Goldilocks Productions.
My aim.
Romance.
We can do that.
TV.
Yes. We can do romantic comedy.
Now that the genre has been picked, it's time to inform the troops, which isn't the easiest thing to do.
And now he's not answering. Sean Doyle, where are you? You just texted me. All right, so I have his voicemail, so I'm gonna hang up and I'm gonna call him back. Do you see my frustration? Do you see my frustration with this whole process?
Kristen did get a hold of the right people. But the other wrinkles to their film project still hadn't been announced. First up, line of dialogue.
If you see him again, tell me. If you see him again, tell me.
And the character is Monty or Monica Cheney, hairstylist. So Monty or Monica Cheney, hairstylist?
Once the teams got the prop announcement of a pair, as in fruit, they were ready to make a movie. Kristen still worked the phone, making plans with the crew. The excitement level was so high in the car that this time, Carrie didn't even think about Kristen's driving.
I called, as soon as I got off the phone with you, I called Kyle and we started brainstorming anyway. I figured I'd just give him a heads up on what it was immediately.
Yeah, and then I called him and he said, you guys already talked. I'm like, sweet.
Yeah. So I talked to him and we thought about speed dating. I mean, you know, technically we could put up some tables and film it at the Brooklyn Tea and Coffee, but if we had some sort of a restaurant.
Absolutely.
If that ends up being the direction we go.
Yeah, we should still brainstorm, but I love that idea.
Once all the calls have been made, crew members start showing up at the Brooklyn Tea and Coffee House. Equipment is dragged in and unloaded. Hellos and introductions are made, and everyone gets something to eat now because they have a long night ahead of them. Outside, the sun may be setting, but inside, the brainstorming has just begun.
So the object here is to, like, for all the writers and everybody to kind of chime in. If you have any ideas, put them all on the table. We know what resources we have to use. We have one strong idea that's on the table. We should kind of play that out and kind of blow it out. And then within the next hour, decide which way we're going to go.
What I thought is you take Sean, using Sean as a guinea pig here, and goober him up. You know how he can get this crazy clothes and lose a couple teeth and all that, and then you take one of the girls and turn her into an Ugly Betty type. Now you use a Brooklyn tea house, something like this, a coffee shop. They walk in, typical geeks carrying their laptops, and it's www.cyberdate, and you see him log on. Now you get one of the good-looking girls walk in, and Sean's explaining what's he looking for, and he types her into a T. Then they kind of drift off, and he has his fantasy date.
Because we have a cast of so many people, we're thinking of doing, and it's a romantic comedy. We're thinking of doing speed dating.
We all agree romantic comedy, first of all.
Can we all agree with comedy?
The F to M, M to F, whatever. You could they could be Monty/Monica. They could actually have both names. Right. Because typically people pick oh, I'm Chris. They start out as Christine and then they switch over to Christopher or vice versa. Because I've been to the Boston Gay and Lesbian Film Festival. They're pretty weak. Yeah. So if we come up with a strong concept and actually keep some of the cheesiness of, the kiss on screen or whatever, if you keep that out of it, it'll probably have a lot more credibility because I don't know, the whole festival is basically just swamped with cheesiness.
If you keep the emotional line real, like you were saying, I think a lot of times they just do it for the joke, and that drives me crazy, because then you take that human element out, and then there's no connection with the audience, and that has to work. You got to set this up. You got to pick two main characters, maybe somebody who runs the speed dating thing, and then you've got all these characters, like you said, in 3 circles. We could shoot it here.
What if we want to do speed dating? What is it about speed dating that we want to investigate, or what, rather than these real specific moments that we're pointing at? What is the root of this story? And the other comment I wanted to make is that I think in romantic comedy, most of the comedy comes from honesty, like something like Superbad, where the reason it was so funny is because you could relate directly to all these things, and it was so true. Yeah. So I think we should really try and avoid bringing in really fictional stereotypes that we might have, or bring caricatures in, or try and make it real people. But what is it that's interesting about speed dating? Why do we want to talk about that?
A small group finds their way outside to get some fresh air. The brainstorming period is taking too long, and Kristen wants it to end. She makes the decision to have the crew finalize the concept for their short film.
Yeah, because we need a concept
What are they on now?
approved.
What are they talking
Like, I think we need to go back to the original, like, speed dating.
Yes.
I don't
And
think
I'm not
I don't want a gay
interested-
movie. I don't want any
No.
one thing. It's a romantic comedy, and then there's got to be some kind of.
You see the first time
Like,
live they had a thing.
so we need to cut
the
that.
Unbelievable Truth.
The concept has been settled. It's a speed dating comedy romance that has a protagonist, Monty, looking for love when it's been right in front of him all along.
Who is that? Who is this idiot? This stupid hair, this stupid shirt.
That's my senior picture. Like my senior high school picture.
Is it really?
Yeah.
That is awesome. What was your quote in your yearbook?
I don't even remember, to be completely honest. I don't even remember.
Who do you look like? You look like Joey Lawrence almost. Like, whoa, whoa.
The actors will be chosen by the producers, not Kyle. He's being quarantined with the rest of the writers upstairs.
This is the shaky camera part, like I'm being chased. Oh, no!
Even though we've only been with Goldilocks Productions for just a short time, one thing is certain: Kyle has problems. Despite that, though, the writers are able to settle in and get to work. And they will work all night long to come up with a script for their 4 to 7 minute short film. There will be disagreements and different points of view, but in the end, they can all agree they are on the same team, working towards the same goal. They have to, because there's one thing antagonizing this team: the clock.
Knowing the costs and requirements of an account before you sign on the dotted line can prevent a complaint or hassle later. So read the fine print. Just because a bank account is advertised as free or no cost does not mean that you will never run up a cost. An institution is not allowed to advertise a free checking account if you could be charged a maintenance or activity fee. But your bank can still offer a free account and still impose charges for certain services, such as check printing, automated teller machines, and bounced checks. Also, ask if an attractive interest rate on a credit card or a deposit is really just a short-term introductory teaser rate. Keep good records by holding on to your receipts for deposits, ATM withdrawals, credit card charges, and other transactions long enough to confirm that your monthly account statements are correct. Also, keep copies of any contracts or other documents you sign with the bank, like loans and certificates of deposit. If there is ever a dispute or a discrepancy, you will have those documents to refer back to. This Money Minute has been brought to you by WMCT-TV and St. Mary's Credit Union.
Hi, this is firefighter Marcus Sanko. Do you know what to do if your house is on fire?
When the smoke detector sounds, this is what you must do. Test the doors with the back of your hand. If the door is warm, use an alternate escape route. If the door is not warm, then you may leave. If you must exit through the smoke, crawl low, keeping your head at least 1 to 2 feet above the floor, where the air is cleaner. When you are outside, go to your meeting place. Call the fire department using a neighbor's phone. Never, ever go back inside for any reason.
So remember, be smart, be aware,
be fire safe.
The Massachusetts One-Stop Career Centers, connecting workers and employers.
For career services and resources, I can help with that.
If it's about computers or internet job searches, those are my classes and they're free.
Before you go on your job interview, I can help you prepare to do your best.
For veterans, it's One Stop for services.
For complete business services for employers, that's our team.
So now that the scripts are done, it's time to yell what every director loves saying: action.
Speaking Spanish there, like all romantic and stuff, and like he's just pretty much saying like all these like nonsense stuff.
Lance Renz-Tierna is the film's director, and Will Barrett is the director of photography. Will finds himself out in Hollywood these days, but he couldn't pass up a chance to do the 48-hour film project.
I'm a union cinematographer, Local 600, and that's what I do. You know what I mean? I'm not going to run and grab a paintbrush and paint the wall for art department, because that's their thing, you know. But here it's such a truly collaborative. I mean, people will do any job to get everything done quickly, and so that's really fun.
Sound?
Check.
Scene 5, Alpha, take 1.
Set. Action.
So, I might as well start. My name is Monty. I'm 28 years old. I own a hair salon. My favorite food is sushi. I don't believe in the death penalty. I'm a former Catholic. I have a cat. I'm babbling. Why don't you tell me a little bit more about yourself?
Okay.
Sorry, I'm a little nervous.
I find this to be really challenging as an actor because you have to really think on your feet. And I've been working, with some of the other actors and, trying to like just think of stuff that we can do to make the scene better. And we just got the script this morning, so, it's not even a couple hours old. So yeah, it's really challenging. I think it's great. It's a lot of fun.
I'm Carrie, and I'm 24, and well, I just moved here, so.
Great. What do you do for a living, Carrie?
I work at the Children's Hospital.
Oh, so you work with kids. Excellent, yeah.
Sort of.
This is fast. I mean, this is like bing, bang, boom. You have to know what you're doing and really pay attention and trust each other as actors right away. So it's great because we have an awesome team, which is wonderful. And we have, a lot of us have worked together before, which really, I think, helps. And it's very intimate because we are just such a small group of people. We have to work together cohesively quickly. So it's high stress, but high fun too.
Cool.
Filmmaking isn't always glorious. There can be plenty of downtime in between shooting the scenes. The crew works hard on setting up the lighting and camera angles, while the actors practice their lines. Even though you can see some actors lounging and getting something to eat, that isn't always the case. They get their hands dirty too, just like the rest of the crew.
We are really trying to make our team effort just kind of keep on trucking because we have a great group of people that we've met and worked with and keep having more come on in.
But this is such a unique opportunity to collaborate with all these great people, and we have this, very short amount of time to flex your biggest muscles and do the best work you can do as quickly as you can do it.
Once all the scripted scenes have been shot, it's time for the post-production people to get to work. The musical composer and special effects man are hard at work, and so are the film editors. While everyone has felt the pressure to get their jobs done to this point, it all falls on the shoulders of these brothers.
I like that. That's better than the other one. Check that out.
A lot of pressure, a lot of people over our shoulders, so it's going to get pretty exciting.
Have you ever worked on something like this before?
Nothing to this large a scale. We've done film festivals before. Generally, we have a week time constraint. This time it's only 48 hours, so it's a real crunch.
What's the feeling like?
It's really intense. It's really great to be working with so many professionals. Will Barrett is a real professional, and it's great to be working with his footage. The video looks great already, and we've only gotten started.
Michael isn't wrong. There's a lot to do in such a small window of which to get it done. Since sleep is not an option, they move forward in order to finish the job.
I've lost it now. I don't even know where I am. I'm starting to hear things. But the important thing is we have it. We have it. And we'll win. We got what it takes. But in all seriousness, it's a very good project. I think we worked well together, given that we were all at 48 hours.
It's just like a little opening that says it's a
now I don't know where I am or what day it is. It's like it's coming along. It's coming along.
You see him again. Tell me.
Listen, Buttercup, I gotta go. I'm gonna pass you off to Alex. He's actually gonna place the order this week, all right?
Oh, tell Amanda I said hi.
Monty's got a girlfriend. Monty's got a girlfriend. Once the long editing process is complete, Kristen watches a final product to see if anything doesn't feel right, so it can be changed before the deadline. The 48 hours are coming to a close, and Goldilocks Productions is ready to take their film back to the Hilton Garden Inn. There should be a sense of relief for the crew at this point. They have finished a product, but nobody is ready to celebrate until the Rhode Island Film Collaboration has their movie in hand.
It doesn't feel good.
You're just tired?
You're supposed to be happy, but it's a whole gamut of emotions. You're just tired.
So how's it feel? It's over?
How's it feel?
Yeah, how's it feel?
Feels really good.
Yeah.
Feels really
Happy?
good.
The rules may have stated that all these production teams had 48 hours to make their films, but it will take the Rhode Island Film Collaboration much longer to judge all the entries. That'll do it for 48 hours in the life of Goldilocks Production. For A Day in the Life, I'm Melissa Gugliotti. Thanks for watching.
Woke up, fell out of bed, dragged a comb across my head. Found my way downstairs and drank a cup. And looking up, I noticed I was late. Found my coat and grabbed my hat. Made the bus in seconds flat. Found my way upstairs and had a smoke. And somebody spoke and I went into a dream.
The preceding program was provided in part by Wayside Racket and Swim Club.